U.S. scraps meeting with Ukraine and will end unlimited support for Kiev.
NATO says it is ready to respond to any threat from Russia.
Nghệ province expands specialty fish farming.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hoàng Yên, and here we go to first headline of the show. The United States has canceled a scheduled meeting with Ukraine and affirmed that Washington cannot support Kiev indefinitely, a signal that U.S. policy is shifting towards narrowing commitments and pushing for a roadmap to end the conflict.
According to Ukrainian media, the planned meeting in Brussels between President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, along with advisor Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law, was canceled at the last minute. The cancellation came after the two returned from Moscow, where they held a 5-hour discussion with Russia President Vladimir Putin. The reason has not been disclosed. Ukrainian officials said Mr. Witkoff later called back and invited the Ukrainian delegation to continue talks in the U.S. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the U.S. is pursuing negotiations to narrow the gap between the parties. But he also declared that Washington cannot maintain indefinite support for Ukraine. President Trump also added that his envoys believed Russia showed willingness toward a settlement and suggested Ukraine should have agreed to negotiations earlier, as the situation is becoming more unfavorable for Kiev.
While Russia-Ukraine peace efforts remain stalled, tensions between Moscow and the West continue to escalate after NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte declared the alliance is ready to respond to any threats from Russia. His statement is believed to be a response to President Putin's warning that Russia would react if Europe initiated a war.
Speaking ahead of the Brussels summit, Rutte said NATO will do whatever is necessary to protect its 1 billion citizens and territory. The alliance also dissolved the NATO-Russia Council and ended the founding act established this mechanism, signaling a deep rupture in relations between Russia and the West. Russia immediately condemned the move. Earlier, Moscow officials warned that any NATO preemptive strike would trigger a full-scale response. Russia also accused NATO of exaggerating the threat to justify preparations for a large conflict, in the same time deliberately escalating and undermining efforts to resolve the Ukraine crisis.
The government had just added 2 major projects in Nghệ province to the list of national important energy works, including a $2 billion plus LNG gas power, one of the key power source projects.
The Quinch Lap LNG thermal power plant project has a capacity of 1,500 MW and a total investment of over 55 trillion VND, equivalent to $2.11 billion. The work is identified as a critical power source that needs to be prioritized for resource allocation and accelerated implementation to be operational before 2030. In addition to the thermal power project, Nghệ An also has the Quinch Lu 500 kV substation and its connecting transmission line added to the key list. By being included in the list of national key projects, the projects are expected to strengthen national energy security and boost socio-economic development in both Nghệ An and the entire country.
Upcoming are some updated news.
The government has issued a resolution adding 41 checkpoints that allow foreigners to enter and exit with electronic visas, e-visas, bringing the total number of e-visa entry and exit points to 83. The additioned list includes 4 air border gates, including Vinh International Airport, 11 land border gates, and 26 seaports. The expansion of the e-visa system helps simplify procedures, as foreigners can submit applications and receive results online without needing to apply for an entry letter or visit a diplomatic agency, while also shortening the processing time compared to traditional visa methods.
Travel Plus Leisure has listed Vietnam among the world's top 5 adventure destinations for solo travelers, thanks to the combination of magnificent landscapes, captivating indigenous culture, and a high level of safety. Vietnam is assessed as a richly adventurous destination with diverse experiences, striking a rare balance between reasonable prices, convenient travel, and the friendliness of its people. Travel Plus Leisure highlights the Sun Dung Cave Expedition Tour, the world's largest natural cave, as well as Ha Long Bay, Hoi An Ancient Town, the capital Hanoi, and the dynamic Ho Chi Minh City, offering an emotional and fulfilling journey for those who love exploratory travel.
In the first 11 months of 2025, Vietnam recorded severe natural disasters, causing estimated losses of VND 97 trillion and 409 deaths, or missing persons. 21 storms and tropical depressions formed in the East Sea, the highest number since observations began, surpassing the 2017 record. Extreme phenomena occurred simultaneously, such as the earliest and strongest typhoons, and historic flooding occurred on 20 major rivers nationwide. Weather remains unpredictable through year-end, with more storms, cold spells in the north, and heavy rains in central and southern regions. Experts comment that these figures show increasingly extreme weather due to climate change.
In the past, fish farmers in Nghệ An province mainly raised a traditional fish species with low market value and difficult for sale. However, in recent years, many have shifted to cultivating high-value native specialty fish, bringing higher income and building local agricultural brands. More in the story today.
Driven by his passion for fish farming and recognizing favorable water conditions, Mr. Nguyen Ngoc Hue Hoan in Trung Loc Commune invested in 44 floating cages to raise premium fish species such as sea bass, red drum, and grouper. The demand for these specialty fish is quite high. He harvests more than 45 tons annually, all of which sells easily at stable prices.
I sell fish to both the south and the north, usually 5-10 tons at a time. With harsh weather, we must prepare preventive measures in advance.
Across Nghệ An, the targets for domestic specialty aquatic farming based on the strengths of each area, in line with natural conditions. This results in low feed costs and fewer diseases, leading to high economic efficiency and income compared to many traditional fish species. To date, fish species with high economic value in Nghệ An account for about 50%.
Raising fish in these cages is more popular, especially sea bass, red drum, grouper yield high profit. Each cage produces 800 kilo to 1 ton, and price is higher now.
The province now has more than 1,000 hectares of reservoir farming areas and about 160 hectares of ponds for specialty fish. These domestic specialty aquatic species not only provide stable income for farmers, but also enhance culinary value, support local product branding, and create opportunities for ecotourism and agritourism, contributing to the sustainable development of the local fishery sector.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.